Welcome back, YouTubers. Cozy from Otaku Related here with the latest review for Naruto Manga Chapter 669. And what a hell of a chapter this was. Probably, or definitely, one of the craziest chapters by far. In the latest chapter, in the last chapter, 668, we had GAI open all 8 gates and becoming the night elephant, or the evening elephant, as depending on the translation. But yeah, so in this chapter, is just insane. So last chapter he opened the 8 gates, and in this chapter we have Might Guy versing Madara. So Madara, sorry, as most of you know, became the Sage of Six Paths and is supposed to be some omnipotent being that nobody can beat. As soon as we saw Madara become the Sage of Six Paths, we're like, yeah, that's it for Naruto. Everyone's dead. Nobody stands a chance. Everyone's going to die. That's it. The end. Goodbye, Naruto. But then GAI comes along and is like, nah, fuck that shit, I'm going to become the Sage of 8 Paths. And then opens the 8 gates and then just punches Madara in the face and sends him flying back like miles. One of GAI's punches made like an impact in the ground that you thought like a meteor or some shit hit the earth. And he throws about 5 of those punches. And it's just crazy, it's just epic. Like, there's no way to put this chapter into words, really. It's just the craziest chapter that they've made in ages. It's like the chapter we've all been waiting to see. And Naruto has been on a little bit of a downhill when Sasuke dying and Naruto dying and all of this dramatic bullshit that's been happening. You know, we wanted to finally see some insane fighting, because over those past 3-4 weeks hasn't really been, it's been more drama than action. There's not been a lot of, you know, hurry up, let's kill somebody already. But now in this chapter we get what we wanted. We get the fighting scenes. We get all the action that we have wanted since all that drama. So, continuing on from what I was saying before about the 8 gates, so chapter starts basically from the end of last week's chapter. GAI opens all 8 gates, and then he goes and he tries to throw a few punches at Madara, but it doesn't really work out because GAI is still new to this mode, this evening elephant that he's just opened up, and his first attack is successful, but his second attack is not so quite, because the pain is quite intense that he's unable to say sustain the moves he's able to pull off with the pain he's also receiving from the opening of the 8th gate. But what was most insane about this chapter, and actually like froze me for about 5 to 10 seconds looking at that one page, is when Lee tries to open all 8 gates. Rock Lee, yes, tries to open all 8 gates. I was just like, what the fuck, Lee? What are you doing? What the fuck? But then, even though he does try to open all 8 gates, it's not quite successful, and Lee all of a sudden just starts to feel sad because he's not as strong as GAI. And then you have Minato like, oh, don't worry about it, Lee, it's all good, don't worry. But then, yeah, so Lee tries to open all 8 gates, but he only gets up to the 6th gate. But that was still pretty epic in and of itself, Lee trying to open all 8 gates. And we've got GAI opening all 8 gates, becoming the Sage of 8 Paths, Madara the Sage of 6 Paths, and they're battling. And one technique that GAI is able to really pull off is the it doesn't really have a name for it other than 5 consecutive names. It starts off as Yisoku, Sonsoku, Sansoku, Yonsoku, Gonsoku, which are 5 consecutive punches that go from 1 to 5 in an instant. So it's basically like 5 punches being thrown at the speed of light. And Madara is just shitting bricks at this technique. Like, he's basically saying to himself, if I get hit from an impact, I'll be wounded, but if I get hit with his actual fists, I'll probably die. Which is how much shitting bricks Madara is. So finally GAI is able to pull off the 5 punches technique, and he gets 5 hits in on Madara, except he doesn't get 5 physical hits in. They're more of just the blows, the impact from the initial attack, because as most of you already know, GAI's taijutsu works with high pressurized punches hitting the air, and then the air causes friction, which basically causes the air to move at the speed of sound or the speed of light, creating a massive impact which then hits its opponent, which is the craziest technique because GAI can neither use ninjutsu or genjutsu, so he's just a master of taijutsu. But yeah, this technique is absolutely insane, the opening of the 8th gate. I can't wait to see this in the anime. It's like the animation is going to be absolutely insane. Like the 7th gate that he used when he fought the shark guy, I forget his name, when he fought him, that was crazy. I mean, so imagine what the 8th gate is going to look like in and of itself. It's just going to be insane. And then finally, to wrap it all up, the final page, the very last page, the page everybody was waiting for, the thing everybody wanted to finally happen, happened. Naruto is back. Yes, he's not dead. So finally, Obito was obviously able to give the second half of the Kyuubi to Naruto, and now Naruto is obviously going to come back into the action, hopefully next week's chapter 700. And the milestone for Naruto, congratulations on those 700 chapters. It's been good reading them all. So thanks for watching this review, guys, and listening to me ramble on about it. If you like this review, hit the thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, subscribe. Thanks, guys.